Hey guys, it's Rebecca Oberstadt, and since we're in Florida, in the middle of a hurricane, why not film this video outside, right? Yes, I'm in Florida. There's going to be bugs out here. There's a huge golden orb weaver over here. She's actually, a mosquito's trying to get me, a golden garden spider, and let me show you her. I actually have you set up on my dad's welding machine. So here she is right here. See if I can stick my hand in there so you can see her better. She's trying to be shy. She's going down. Anyways, she's about the size of my hand. So I figured, I love rainstorms. I love storms of all kinds. I'm not like afraid of hurricanes. I've never been bothered by them or anything like that. I was born and raised in Central Florida, so I am so used to them that they don't bother me. I think right now the storm is a Category 5. So I have my coffee and my iPad out here. I'm sitting at the very back end of our house where we've got a bunch of stuff like built over it. The porch is on the other side and the house is on the other side of that. So today I'm going to be talking about indie brands. These are brands that have either been on my radar for a while, they're on my wish list, and I saved them off into like files like a while ago. So I went through Instagram and went through like the pages that have interacted with me, that have liked my looks, that kind of thing. And I'm going to be doing these like A to Z kind of, but I'm only going to be talking about a few different brands because there's a lot of indie brands that I want to try. So I tried to only pick a few items from each of the brands. I will write a blog post with not only the links to their websites, their social medias, but I will also put the products that I talk about inside the blog, so that you can go and view the products that I actually am interested in, and maybe you can discover some for yourself that you might be interested in. But I figured making a blog post about it would be so much easier because there are going to be quite a few products that I talk about. Some brands don't have as much inventory or as much different types of inventory as some of the other ones. Some of them I only pulled like 3 or 4 things, some of them I pulled like 10 things, and I will probably be putting them up on the screen about here. So if you're interested in seeing some indie brands that I want to try out, some things that I would like to own from these indie brands. Now some of these brands I have a couple of products from, some of them I don't own anything from, so that's just where we're starting off. So that's what we're talking about in today's video. Enjoy the nice rain sounds behind me and the rumbling of the thunder and an occasional mosquito. I might commit murder at least once on camera today if it tries to bite me. And just so you know, only female mosquitoes bite. Male mosquitoes are called blind mosquitoes. They are more like herbivores. Actually, I think they're omnivores, but first kill. She landed on my knee. Not very smart there, girl. Anyways, so I'm feeding the mosquitoes right now. It's about 1 o'clock in the afternoon that I'm filming this, and the Hurricane Dorian still hasn't hit landfall yet. We're still waiting. It's still kind of hovering over the Bahamas right now. Okay, so the very first brand I'm going to be talking about is called Alien Cosmetics. They mainly are known for their lashes, and they have a few eyeshadow palettes, and there's really, for those that don't, and my iPad and my cell phone are linked, so somebody just called me from a number I didn't know, so I declined it. That might happen. So I don't wear a whole lot of lashes, not because I don't, well, they're a pain to put on. I have hooded eyes, and I only have like 3 different styles of lashes, so, and I don't think my makeup looks really need lashes. If I do think that it needs lashes or I want to like amp it up, I will put lashes on. But they had a couple of different lashes that kind of caught my attention, as well as an eyeshadow palette. I see you coming. Alright, so the very first pair I saved is called Down to Earth. They're very pretty, like fluttery looking lashes. These are like the ones that would probably hit my eyebrows, and they're only $12, so I think for lashes that's pretty good, because I think I've spent, most I've ever spent on lashes is $8. But, I mean, again, I don't really buy lashes that often. And then the next pair is called Earthling. They're a little bit more full of a flared lash compared to Down to Earth, and I thought these were really pretty as well. Then the last pair are Orion. These I think are the ones that change colors, like they have color added to them because it looks like there's something else in here, but they're very like fluttery lashes, very super long fluttery lashes, and they're also $12. Then we have the eyeshadow palette that I was looking at, and it's called the Forever palette. It's got 2 pinks, a purple, and like an iridescent looking shimmer shade, but there's like these beautiful like cranberry and pink tones to it, and I do like those kinds of tones. I like more colorful things, but now my battery's flashing at me. Just lovely. But I do prefer wearing like cranberry tones, mauves, berries, those kinds of things. That's my preferred color story. If I'm going to go for like a neutral look, it's going to be something along those lines. So it's $30 for the Forever palette, and the shadows look beautiful. The swatches are also beautiful as well. So I would be interested in picking that up. Then we have Cleona Cosmetics. For those that don't know, I am 16% Irish and 9% Scottish, so this brand kind of like resonates with me. I really do enjoy the design that they have on their products. And I think our internet just went out because now all of a sudden nothing is coming up. Oh, there we go. Okay, it's coming up. So I like the message that they have that's called Touch of Divinity, and it is run by 2 sisters, if I'm not mistaken. They are a Canadian-based brand, and I pulled a couple of like multi-product shots. Like this one here I think was on their main page, and 2 of the products are listed out of stock. But we have seal, enamel, and stencil. You have like a blue, and then you have like a blue shifting purple, and then you have like a purple, like I'm guessing these are duochrome eyeshadows, and the one that's in stock, it says it's $10 Canadian, which I'm not quite sure what that translates to in US dollars, but they were really pretty shades. And then we have Lunette, which some of these were like duochrome, some of them were like multi-chromes, like they shift to like multiple different shades. This one was $25. Then we have Morgana, which is $6.50. It is this beautiful, like, jewel-toned emerald green color, and I thought it was pretty. You know I love my blues and my greens. You're going to find that a lot of the things that I picked were blue or green or variations thereof. Then we have Nocturnal, which is like a bluish purple for $6.50. Patina, which looks like it's a yellow that shifts green, and it's also $25. It's beautiful. Then we have Ripple, which is like a seafoam color green. It's $10. Then we have, I'm thinking these are their 2 highlighters that I picked. We have Lumineer and Reflection, I think. Lumineer and Illumination, my bad. I think they're both their loose highlighters, and they retail for $10.50 Canadian. Then we have Pomona and Faustnus. One is 17, one is 18, and the Pomona, I'm guessing it's how you pronounce it, or Pomona. One half of it's like this really pretty pastel pink shade, and the other the bottom part of it is like a minty green. And those are actually, when I used to decorate like my house, I had some things that were like pink and mint, and some of them were lavender and mint. So those are colors that I really enjoy together. And then I'm guessing it's Faunus is like a multicolored. It's got pink and yellow and green all mixed together in the pan, and it's stunning. So I liked it. I'm not quite sure if these are the highlighters or they're just eyeshadows. And then the last 2 products, and then I'm going to have to change my battery, are both $15 Canadian each. One of them is called Current, and the other one is Breaker. So one looks like it's a teal turquoisey shade that shifts to a iridescent white, and then the other one looks like it's a pastel blue that shifts to a white. So I'm not quite sure if those are highlighters or eyeshadows, but to be honest, depending on what the ingredients are, you could wear a lot of these things for eyeshadows, for highlighters, depending on how deep your skin is and what your preference is on highlight, if you want something wearable or if you want something like out there. And I wear kind of all of it, so it doesn't really matter to me. When I change the battery, I will be talking about Colored Rain next. All right, I'm back. While I was in the house, I went ahead and Googled that phone number. It was Nutley, New Jersey is the name of the place that like where it called me from, and I googled the number, and there was like 700 reports within the past 30 seconds for it being a spam robocall place. I really am getting tired of those. Okay, so Colored Rain is the next that we're talking about. I have 1 eyeshadow from Colored Rain. I ordered 2 from Ipsy. I only got 1. There was an eyeshadow that I could order for an add-on because it's like April or August 2nd. No, crap. I'm in the wrong whole part of the year. It's September either 2nd or 3rd right now. So Ipsy's website was down for us to like pick add-ons. But when I did get a chance to go on there, Colored Rain did have another eyeshadow on there. So I did pick up another one for $3. The little singles retail for $6.99. Okay, so for those that know me know that I have been drooling over the Queen of Hearts palette since well, since it first came out. It is berry tones. It's mauve and berry tones. It's beautiful. I hear the pigmentation on it is amazing. It originally retails for $59. When I snagged the picture, it was on sale for $42. The other palette that they have that I really want is the Vivid Pigments palette. It was sold out. It's also $50. So I know that I've seen quite a few people do reviews on that one, and it is stunning. So it's kind of got like a row of warm, a half a row of warm and cool, and then you've got like a blue row and a purple row, and I thought it was really pretty. Then we have a lipstick from them called Mary. It is a burgundy cranberry shade that is metallic. It says it's $17. It's beautiful. I really do like the shade. Then we have the eyeshadow called Bay Breeze. It's like a lime green shimmer. Again, $6.99. It's beautiful. Then we have like a deep, like ocean kind of blue called Blue Magic. It's $6.99, but that one was sold out. And then there's Forbidden, which is like a foresty green shimmer for, again, $6.99. That was sold out. And the shade that I was supposed to get is called Who Me, which is like a champagne gold shimmer. Again, $6.99. And I was like, yeah, I want that shade. I ordered it. I paid for it. I never got it. I was heartbroken that I didn't get it. The next brand that we're going to talk about is Divina Cosmetics. Now, I have seen quite a few people talk about Divina. I know that a couple of influencers have done like collabs with them and stuff like that. I know they send PR out to a lot of like smaller influencers. It would be amazing if they reached out to me. Even if they sent me one item, I would be stoked. But they do have some really beautiful things. Very first thing I'm going to talk about is their electrodescent body pots. Now this is a bundle that I pulled off their website, and it's $60 for the bundle, and you get 10 products. You get like, these are like fluorescent type shades. You get like a fuchsia, a hot pink, a limeish yellow. You get a bright yellow, you get a more muted pink, you get an orange, a turquoisey green, a more like cornflower blue, and then you get more like a regular like robin's egg kind of blue, and then there's a purple in this collection that I thought were absolutely stunning. Then I noticed that they had a bronzer that was called Havila. It was marked for $20, but it's marked sold out on the website, and it was $9. It looked like it would be really good for me because a lot of the bronzers that I own turn orange on my skin. I only have like one bronzer right now that isn't turning orange on my skin, and that is my Lumi Bronze, and it kind of leans more gray. So looking at some of the swatches of this, I thought I had a skeeter flying around by my calf. I thought it would be really pretty and that it would work for my skin. Then they have the Iridessa Shifter Face and Body Highlight. It says $10+. I'm guessing you can buy them in different pan sizes. It was beautiful. It looks white in the pan, but on the skin it looks like turquoise and blue and purple as it like shifted through the color spectrum of like the actual swatch. It's stunning. Then we have Inara, which is a pressed pigment. It says $5+. It is like a purpley blue, really pretty. Then there's Kazukals, which is a pressed pigment, which looks like it shifts from like a light white purple shade through lilac, through lavender, to a darker lavender with a hint of pink, and it says it was $8, but it's sold out. Then there's Malachite, which is a pressed pigment. It's listed for $10, and it looks like it shifts from like a bluish green to more like a sage green to more like a turquoisey green, and it was pretty. Then we have Papilio, which is a pressed pigment for $10. It looks blue in the pan, but on the skin, if you're looking at the swatch from one side to the other, it's like purple to the blue to like a pink. So I thought that was pretty. And then I have like a multi-shot picture here, and all three of these were sold out. So we have the Nerds Marshmallow Pillows in Runts. I thought they were all pretty. I saw Angelica Nyquist talk about these. They were all listed for $8, but they're all sold out. And then one of them's like a blue that shifts green, a pink that shifts purple, and a purple that shifts gold, and they're all stunning. Or maybe it's like purple and yellow instead of purple and gold. But I thought they were like really, really, really pretty shades. I was interested in them and picking them up, but they've been sold out from what I understand for a while now, and they're a lot of these are very small indie brands. They're like one person owned, or 2 or 3 people like are working to make the products, that kind of thing. So I can understand why it takes them a little bit longer to restock. And some of these places started off on Etsy and then built websites. Some of them have like Shopify websites, or some of the other like easy builder type websites, and you can tell when they came from like Etsy and built their own site, because there usually are links to their Etsy store too, and it looks like they're trying to keep up both storefronts at once. And I don't know about you, but as a small business owner myself, I know trying to list on like eBay and Amazon and Depop and Mercari, Poshmark, even on Etsy, on some of like Artfire and places like that, trying to keep all of your items going on all of these various websites is very difficult. It's very time consuming. You need to make sure that you're constantly checking like everywhere to make sure you don't have a sale. And as soon as one thing sells on somewhere, you have to go and change the quantities on everything else. And it's a lot of work. Speaking from experience. So the next one is M Cosmetics. I initially found them on Etsy, and then I noticed that it was in one of Jen's Sunday shows, and I kept seeing them pop up on my Instagram, and then I saw Angelica talk about them, and then I saw Amy from Amy Loves Makeup talk about them, and they really do have some beautiful, beautiful things. So one of their newest products is the Butterfly Love Palette. It's a 6 eyeshadow collection. They're all shimmers. There's like 2 greens, 2 bronzy shades, a gold, and a really pretty blue. I'm a fan of anything butterflies. I have a tattoo of a butterfly. Butterflies usually mean like metamorphosis and transition and change and things like that. It really means that you are switching from like one thing to another, or you're morphing into something different. So that's what I think of when I think of butterflies, or for me, it means that it was a change in my life, which is why I got the butterfly. And the 6 color kit retails for $41.50. Then I pulled a couple of like single things, and then I've got 2 group pictures. So then we have Azalea, which is a blush, but it's sold out. It's $9.05. It's a very pastel pink. It looks like it might be shimmery. It's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Then there's the Cream Pearl highlighter, which looks straight up iridescent white. It was $9.05. It's also marked as sold out. Then we have Galaxy, which looks like a rich royal like blue, navy blue, indigo blue that shifts purple. It's $5.28. Then we have Sapphire, which looks less purple. It looks more like just a straight blue. It's $5.28 as well. What I'll try and do is I'll put Galaxy and Sapphire on the screen like side by side so you can see them, because they do look like 2 different shades. On the eye, I'm not sure how different they would look, but they do look like 2 different shades to me. Then the other single that I pulled is called Beauty Berry. It looks like it is like a warm purple that shifts to like a cool purple, like more like a lavender kind of shade. It's also marked for $5.28. And then in the group pictures, there's Orchid, which looks very similar to that last one, but it is more of a rich, warm purple. You can definitely see that there's more warmth to it. Then we have Palm Tree, which is a matte eyeshadow. It's more like a grass kind of green. It's $6.04 for that. Then we have Paradise Island, which is a shimmery green that looks like it shifts gold. It's $5.28. And then the last 3 set of group pictures that I have, we have Urban Fairy. All of these are $5.29, which is more like a warm toned light purple. Then we have Venice, which looks like a shimmery version of the last one, that Palm Tree shade. It looks like a shimmery version of that. It also looks like it would shift gold. And Wildflower, which looks like a cool undertone shimmer purple, and it's stunning. It really is stunning. And you'll find that a lot of these colors that I'm pulling are going to be like shades that I gravitate to. It doesn't necessarily mean that I wouldn't try some of the less out there colors, like the neutral colors. It's just I'm more drawn to purples and blues and greens and like more vibrant colors. Even if they look more muted in the pictures and stuff, on the eye they do tend to look a little bit differently. So that's just something I wanted you guys to keep in mind, that what my preference in makeup is going to be completely different to the next person. All right, going on to the next brand, we have Glisten Cosmetics. There are 2 lip products and a couple of glitters and a couple of palettes that they had that I was really intrigued by. The first one is a Gliss Gloss in Blood Orange. It looks like an orange coral red kind of like mix that's iridescent. Oh, and this I think is a UK brand. It was originally $9.50. It's on sale for $7.50 when I took the picture. And then the other one is like a neutral undertone that shifts green gloss, and it's a Glitz Gloss in Venus Flytrap, again $7.50 for pounds, and it was beautiful. Then we have the biodegradable chunky, this is a glitter in the shade Prince. It's 5 pounds. It's a beautiful like rich royal purple shade. Then we have the Chunky Disco, which looks like it's going to shift to a bunch of different colors. Then we have the glitter primer, which I looked at the ingredients and it looks like I wouldn't be allergic to this one, seeing as though I can't buy like the NYX or the Too Faced glitter glues because there's ingredients in there I'm allergic to. So I figured that would be great to pick up one of those. It's 5 pounds. And then there was a trio that I picked that was, well, it was just 3 pictures in a row I saved off. There's lavender, royal, and grass. So you have like a real, you know, true lavender shade, you have like a royal blue shade, and then you have a really pretty like grass green shade, and they're all 5 pounds each. And then we have the palette bundle, which is, it was originally $44. It's now $34. I don't know the names of these palettes. I'll have to leave them on the screen because even trying to like zoom in on the picture, I can't read the names of the palettes. But one of them has like, was it 5 greens, a purple, a pink, like a bricky red, and like a golden red color. And then the other one had like 3 blues, a purple, an orange, a yellow, a pink, a navy blue, and a white. So those were some of the ones I looked at there. And we just lost internet. A minute. Oh, are we back? Yes, no, maybe? Hello? It's, I got a thing. Woo, yes. All right. Okay, so Love Luxe Beauty. 2 palettes that they have. This one is, it's still loading, Pastel Princess. It is like really like absolutely stunningly beautiful, but I don't know why there's a black shade in it, unless it's you put the black on and put the shade over it and they like transform. The Pastel Princess retails for $35. It is a limited edition. And then there were 3 lip products that I will talk about. There's the Lip Luster in Yacht, which is a royal blue for $10, which is gorgeous. The Lip Luster in Acid, which is a limited edition, again $10. Lip Luster Mauvin on Up, which is $10. Again, it's a shade that I gravitate to. Then there were 2 highlighters. There's Sparkle Lights in Flicker for $12. Cloud Glow in Lavish, which is like a whipped type product. That one is $15, and it looks beautiful, like a pinky iridescent one. Whereas Flicker is more like a yellowy iridescent color. I don't even talk about the lip colors. Acid is purple. It's like an iridescent purple shade. And then there were some eyeshadows that I pulled. We have the Pressed Pigment Eyeshadow Jewel Chrome in Compel, which was $7. Opal Lustrous Pressed Pigment in Say My Name for $8. And they're both, one is like a blue purple and one of them is like a, it looks like a chunky glitter in like a turquoise. If I find out who's been biting my shin, I'm gonna smack the piss out of you. Something's chewing on my leg. Because it's itching. Go away. Go away something else, not me. Skeeters. Then we have Pressed Pigment Eyeshadow Dual Chrome and Intricate. It's like a lavender lilac-y shade for $7. Then we have Iridescent Sparkle Tri-Chrome in Cascade, which looks like it shifts from a lavender shade to a really pretty pastel blue. Then there's Iridescent Sparkle Tri-Chrome in Ribbon for $10 that looks like it shifts from a pastel blue to a like turquoise color. And it's absolutely stunning. And it's funny that these, they call some of their eyeshadows like pressed pigments, some of them are duochromes, but a lot of these are like trichromes. So I would expect them to shift like 2 to 3 different color wavelengths depending on what lighting you're in. So just keep that in mind if you're looking at any of the trichromes, depending on if you're in natural lighting, fluorescent lighting, you know, LED type lighting, it's going to look different in every bit of different lighting that you have, which I think makes them interesting. All right, now to the Mater Makeup Labs. As far as I know, the maker of this brand works in the medical field or has worked in the medical field, so a lot of the products are medical related or medical name related. So the first we have is a lip color called Charlie. It is like an orangey toned neutral, and it was originally $7, but it's on sale for $5. Then we have ADHD, and it's like a purpley shimmer shade for $9. Cyanosis, which is, it looks like a highlighter. It looks like it's white, but it shifts blue. It's $11. Then we have Hypoxia, which was $7. It's on sale for $5. It looks like a shimmery mauve shade. It's beautiful. Then we have the one that originally like grabbed my attention, especially when they were like, they do like a squirt out of a syringe and then use a brush to spread it out. It was this beautiful like gem toned green in a reactive, not radioactive. It's $9. It's beautiful. And then they have one called Serum that's on sale for $5, which is another form of green, but this one has more blue in it. Then they had these neon colors that were absolutely stunning. They're all $7. We have Enzyme, which is like a matte purple. Then there's Biomolecule, which is a fluorescent, like orange, like holy crap, fluorescent orange. Then we have Phosphate, which is like a pinkier form of the orange. Then there's Specimen, which is like a yellow shade. It's like fluorescent yellow. Then there's a fluorescent green called Infectious. And then there's Isotope, which is a fluorescent blue shade, and it's stunning. And if you haven't noticed, there's quite a few fluorescent type shades that I want, because there's quite a few times when I want something that's really vibrant, that looks like it would be UV reactant, that I wanted to do a look with, but I don't have anything like that. So that's probably why I've saved off quite a few of the UV looking shadows or the neon shadows. And when I saw, was it Huda Beauty came out with those little neon palettes, the 9pan palettes, and called them neon something, I about laughed to death, to the point where you can't breathe, you wet yourself, you're going, I mean, I thought it was a joke when she called those neon palettes, because there might be, besides the outside packaging, one shade in those 9pan palettes that might be considered neon-ish. The rest of the palette was just a regular eyeshadow palette. I'm like, how the hell? And like the, what was it, the neon yellow one had like orange shades in it. I'll see if I can find some pictures and stick them up here. They were like a joke palette. I saw many reviews on them, and I think it really was like a ha cash grab, like jokes on you, and I just committed murder again. That's what you get for flying by, bitch. Anyways, well, this is probably a good brain to talk about since I just killed something. Necromancy Cosmetica. They mainly have lip products, and I pulled quite a few. Some of these are like grungy shades, some of them are light shades, some of these are really out there shades, but these are all shades that I would love to own. Or I went to answer it and they hung up on me. How rude. Okay, so this one is like a peachy iridescent white shade called Lestrange for $16. It was sold out when I saved the picture off. Then we have Lydia, again $16. It is like this burgundy black purple, oh my god, it's beautiful. It looks black on the bullet, but on the lips it looks like a burgundy purple plum eggplant kind of mixed shade. It's beautiful. Then we have Morning Rose, which looks like a normal everyday like neutral mauve dusty rose color, which, you know, is the probably most normal one. Oh, there's one other normal shade that I pulled. So there's two normal shades out of all of these. So that one was sold out. Then we have Naked Witch, which looks like a taupe white. It's like a white color with a hint of taupe in it. It's a very grayish toned, beigey, very pale lipstick. Then we have Necromania, which is like a teal, a warm toned teal turquoise color. It's more of like the darker version, kind of like, I'm wearing two different eye looks right now, but the ABH Subculture palette has that teal shade in it. This is the lipstick that I would, you know, if you were to turn the eyeshadow axis into a lipstick, this is what I would get. And it's really an interesting color. Then we have Ophidian, which is a jewel-toned emerald green shade. It is stunning. The other normal color that I pulled is called Sacramental. It is a pinkish undertone blood red. It is beautiful. I can't wear orange tone reds. They make me look really sad and sick. Then we have Segunda Plagra, which is like a grass and a sage green combo. It's a shimmery looking green shade. It is beautiful. It's not too dark of a green. And then the last shade that I pulled is called Spellcaster. And for those that don't know, I am pagan. It is a like bronzy brown shade. It does look like it is a frosted shade, but it is beautiful. I would definitely rock that, especially with the eye look I have going on right now. You know, with me being backlit, I'm not quite sure how well you can see the makeup I'm wearing, but it's more about the view than anything. Okay, so then we have Suva Beauty. Now, months and months ago, I pulled yellow eyeshadows to like put together a mock palette for me before ColourPop even put up their yellow eyeshadow palette, the Honey palette, which I do own. So I pulled off some yellow eyeshadows like months ago. This is the Suva Beauty Single Shadow and Electric Slide, and I also pulled off Tropic, with one's a matte, one's a shimmer. I'm still interested in getting both of those. And the funny thing is, I pulled off Tropic again. So the other single shadow I pulled, which is a matte, it's in Hookah, it's like a burgundy color. I pulled Blazing Lights, which is their hydro liner. I do want a white and a black hydro liner from this brand. They're $14 each. Space Panda is their white one. I do have that saved. Then we have BA, which is a shimmer shadow, which is a really rich purple. Then we have Fairy Dust in Emerald City. One is like a mid-tone blue. Bless me. And the other one says Emerald City, but it's more like a pastel version of a jewel-toned green. It's really pretty. Then we have Keanu Leaves, which is a grass green hydro liner. Love the name, by the way, Keanu Leaves. Then we have a 3-pack of the hydro liners that I saved off. Well, technically it was just 3 pictures kind of side by side, and I liked all of them. We have Dance Party, which is a like canary yellow. We have Grape Soda, which is a warm toned purple, and then there was Tracksuit as well. But like I said, I want the white and I want the black, because with these you literally just mix them with water and you can draw on. So I figured when I'm being artistic that these would work, because I have tried like pen liners, I've tried pencil liners, I've tried liquid liners for like white, or I've even tried white concealers trying to get the white that I want effectively like opaque enough to do looks. Like when I did the big American flag across my chest for the 4th of July, it was a pain trying to get the white as opaque as I needed it to be. So I put down white concealer and then went over it with a white eyeshadow, and you could still see my skin through it, and it wasn't as white as I wanted it to be. So I think with the hydro liners that would like stop some of those issues. Okay, so then the last brand is Sydney Grace. Now I also pulled some yellows from Sydney Grace months ago. Again, for the mock-up palette, I pulled 4 shades, but they're kind of like varying shades of yellow. One of them is Buttermilk. Then we have Geese Alang, which Buttermilk is more of like a neutral toned, like light pastel yellow. Then we have the Geese Alang, which is more like a buttercup yellow. Then we have Milk and Cookies, which looks like more of a taupey, like yellowish base. Then there was Pumpkin Spice Latte that I saved off. And again, all 4 of these I saved off like months ago. This, let's see if it tells me when I saved them. 8 months ago, I saved this picture off 8 months ago. So January, February. Pumpkin Spice Latte looks more like a buttercream kind of yellow. So I just wanted to get those out of the way because I did save them off like a while ago. Then we have Lake Days, which is this beautiful like iridescent like green, grass green shimmery shade. It's $8. Mistletoe, which is more of a sage green shimmer. Then we have Anew, which is a like, what is the name of that color? It's like a steel blue. It's kind of like a blue-green kind of shimmer shade. Then there's Awakening, which looks like an eggplant purple shimmer. Blossom, which looks like a lilac shimmer. And for those that don't know, lilac and lavender are very similar purple tones, but one is warm tone and one is cool tone. So if I use the word lilac, expect it to be more like a yellow base, whereas lavender is more of a cool toned blue-purple base. And this is Blossom is definitely a lilac, not a lavender shade. Then we have Chameleonaire. Let me try that one more time. Chameleonaire. So think of millionaire and mix it with the word chameleon. It's on pre-order for $15. It looks like a straight up green shimmer, but with the name I'm expecting it to shift. And then the other green I saved off was Optimism, which is $6. It's a really pretty jewel tone shimmery green. Then we have Seashore, which is also, it's kind of like a lighter version of the last shade, Optimism, but this one has more yellow in it. I'm looking at some of the other ones. It's even more yellow than Mistletoe. I will leave all 3 of the pictures side by side here so you can see, you know, all 3 of the green shades, but this one is probably the most yellow out of all of them. And I think Mistletoe might be lighter than Seashore, and Optimism I think is probably the darkest, but it's more cool tone than warm tone. And then the last 2 shades I pulled was Winter Garden for 2 reasons. 1, it looks like Glass Bowl, and 2, I grew up in Winter Garden here in Florida. We had a house downtown Winter Garden, and it's actually a really nice town. Very nice town. For those that don't know, this means money. And then the last shade I pulled was like a Dusty Rose shade. called Predictable. That's $5. Winter Garden was $6. So that is all of it. So we've got Alien Cosmetics, Cleona Cosmetics, Colored Rain, Divina, M, Glisten, Love Lux Beauty, Mater Makeup Labs, Necromancy, Suva Beauty, and Sydney Gray. So that's 12 technically. I thought I only had 10 saved up. I got a little crazy. But I do have some other, like, there's like Glaminatrix cosmetics that I want to look at. There are 2 or 3 different like indie brands that are in the UK that I wanted to pull information and stuff for. But as of right now, I just wanted to start off with just a few. Some of the indie brands that I've looked at for a while that I interact with their Instagram posts. The other one that will be in like the next version of this is going to be Lele Posh Cosmetics. I have interacted with her. I watch her Instagram stories. I think the garbage that Manny MUA threw at her was wrong. And he needs to apologize for it, which I don't think he has. But just in my interactions with her and watching her lives and talking with her and things like that, I think that she's kind of like my kind of people, where she says it how she means it. She means what she says, and she might come across as a little bit out there, but you know what? If it works for her and she's protecting her own, more power to you, honey, because there are so many nut jobs in this world that I swear, the beginning of last week, we had somebody come to the house. I wasn't feeling well. They knocked on the front door. They rang our doorbell like a lunatic. And then next thing I know, I hear them back here at the very back of our property. They walked in underneath our carport area here, this lean-to that I'm under right now. They walked up here, went into our enclosed back porch area that has a door to it, and knocked on our sliding glass door that leads into the house. So he entered our house to knock on a door, and then by the time I got out of bed, got my pants on, because I don't sleep in pants, I sleep in a t-shirt or a nightgown or whatever. So by the time I was properly attired to answer the door, and I got to the door, he'd already left. Dad found a sticky note like Friday or Saturday on the big 36 by 26 two-story garage that we have. So the guy literally walked all the way around our property. I'm glad the doors were all locked, and I'm glad that the garage door was down, because he left a folder of information literally as soon as I opened the front door. It was like right there. It fell over, like he had leaned it up against our door. So it really makes me wonder. It was like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I wasn't, like I said, I wasn't feeling that good. I was laying down. My stomach was upset. My fibro's been really pissed off lately, and rain doesn't really help, but I love the rain, so I'm going to put up with it. But the fact that this man not only entered our house through a door to get to another door that was locked, thankfully, but wandered around the 2 acres that we have here and left a note at the other end of our fucking property bothers me. Had I been able to be well enough to get to the door faster, he's lucky I didn't shoot him, because usually if I find somebody snooping around our property, I go out the front door with our 22. And I'm not talking a 22, I'm talking a 22. So, you know, I'm kind of with Lele Posh, the owner of that brand, because her husband's in the military. She believes in owning arms. I do too. I live in the country, as you can tell by part of my backyard. This is only a fraction of my backyard, but yeah, it's like pretty crazy. If you pull in my yard, expect me to come out of the house with a firearm, because I'm home by myself most of the time. My brother is here, but you can ring our doorbell all day long and he won't answer it. If I was screaming bloody murder and he was the only one home, he wouldn't come help. That's the kind of person that he is. So I have to make sure that I'm protecting me, the home, the animals, that kind of thing. And heaven forbid anybody do something to our animals. I will shoot you on sight. I don't care who you are. So I think that some of the threats and stuff that got thrown her way were completely out of line. I know I'm kind of on my soapbox here, but maybe I need to get off because this video is already like excruciatingly long. But I just want to put that out there. So anyways, I'm Rebecca Oberstadt. If you've made it this far in the video, it's probably at least 40 minutes long. But I mean, I did talk about 12 different brands and at least 8 to 10 items from each brand. So I have other indie brands that I'm interested in buying from. Some brands I do already own a couple of things from. Suva Beauty, I own 1 eyeshadow from. It's called Barbecue. I own 1 eyeshadow from Colored Rain. And then the other brands I don't own anything from yet. They are on my wish list when I get money. Probably like Christmas time when they start doing their Christmas sales, or the first of the year when they do like their New Year sales, I hopefully will have some money then, and I plan on placing at least one order from a couple of different brands to get a couple of different things to try. If anybody ever wants to send me PR, just know that I don't mind showing it on camera. I have no problem doing that, but I will be honest about what I say about things. I will talk about the pros and cons to it. I will talk about how it works on me, my dry skin, my sensitive skin, my aging skin, and I will be 39 in a couple of weeks, so I'm not a 20-something-year-old, but I will be open and honest about it. I will also state if somebody like sent me money to buy something and do a review, I will always be honest and tell you that. If somebody sent me something for free, whether it's a subscriber or a brand, I will always say, you know, this was sent to me, just so you guys know. And I would love to get at least one product from every one of these brands that I've talked about in this video, because if I'm willing to sit down, do the research, save off the pictures, and talk about them in a video, you know that I'm interested in buying from them, just for the simple fact that I took the time to not only spend an hour outside, and I'm actually cold right now, to do this, but to take the time to research the brands, to find out more information about them, to follow them, to interact with them, that kind of thing. So you know that I'm invested enough to do those things. I would hope that somebody who does these will I buy it kind of things, or what do I want to buy kind of things, I hope that they would be willing to put their money where their mouth is, like I am. So when I do get the finances to buy from these brands, trust me, I will be buying from them, and I will be doing reviews on the products that I get. So yeah, links to my website, my Depop store, are in the comment or in the description box below if you want to help me out financially, and then maybe I'll be able to buy from these brands sooner. Anyways, I'm Rebecca Oberstadt. I will see you guys in another video tomorrow. Have a great day or night wherever you are. Bye.